Come to a comfortable sitting position. Ensure that the spine is straight and the head and neck are in alignment with the spine. The shoulders are back and down, but relaxed to open the chest. Place your hands on the knees in a mudra of your choice. And just take a few moments just to settle the body. Take a long, deep inhalation. And as you exhale, release all the events of the day. And take another long, deep inhalation. And this time, when you exhale, release all of the conversations and interactions you've had today, whether they've been in person or online. Just let them all go. And again, just one more long, deep inhalation. And this time when you exhale, release any thoughts or feelings of obligation, of anything you need to do after this class, and just allow yourself to be right here in this moment. Give this time to yourself. And now take a few moments to scan the awareness through the body, really checking in just to see how you're feeling at this moment. Beginning down with the toes and the soles of the feet. Slowly and gently checking in with each part of the body as you bring your awareness up through the feet, into the shins and the calves, into the knees, into the thighs and the buttocks, up through the trunk of the body and through the spine, and even in your fingers, hands and wrists, gently bringing the awareness up through the arms and into the shoulders, and then into the neck and up into the head. Just observing how you're feeling at this moment. And place the awareness now at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together we'll chant Om 3 times. And I'll chant the Shanti mantra to pay respect to the wisdom traditions and respect between student and teacher and student, so we can all learn together without ill will. Breathing in. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinatpaditamastu Mahavedvashavahe. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. And now come to the base position first. There'll be a range of asanas in this class that we haven't covered in previous classes, but there'll be quite an interesting journey. So this first one we have done before, it's wrist bending. So bringing the arms out in front of the body at shoulder height, and it's like the hands are almost pressing against a wall. Exhale and point the fingers down towards the floor, really stretching through, feeling that stretch up the forearms. Inhale, bring the fingers up towards the ceiling again. So complete 7 rounds in this way, trying to coordinate the breath with the movement. And when you've completed the round, press the arms. And now we're actually going to move into Majariasana, the cat posture. So come onto your hands and knees, ensuring that the hands are directly below the shoulders and the knees are below the hips and spine is straight. Head is in a neutral position, so you should be in the form of, say, a box-like shape. Inhale and point the head up towards the ceiling, pointing the abdomen towards the floor. Exhale, bring the head down in between the arms and arch the back up, the spine up towards the ceiling. This is 1 round. Complete another 6 rounds. Again, trying to coordinate the breath with the movement and trying to push through the arms as well, just to increase that stretch. And on your final round, either come back into Vajrasana, which is where you sit back on your heels. If that is too intense, come in back to a cross-legged position. And so we're going to do another wrist movement because we're going to do a sort of extended version of Majariasana. So either sitting cross-legged or in Vajrasana. And then again, we'll do wrist rotation. So bringing the arms out in front at shoulder height, putting the thumbs to the palms and clasping the fingers around the thumbs. Inhale and in a clockwise motion, just rotate the hands from the wrists. Exhale as you bring them down. So inhaling on the upward movement, exhaling on the downward movement, just loosening the muscles in the wrist joints. And so complete 7 rounds in each direction. Sometimes postures like Majariasana and the next posture we do can put strain on the wrists. So this is just helping to release any tension in the wrists. And when you've completed that practice, just rest the arms for a few moments. So now we're going back to being on the hands and the knees. We're going to do a posture called Vyagrasana. So it's the tiger pose. I can demonstrate as well. Again, hands directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, and we'll begin with the right foot. So first of all, bring the right leg out in line with the buttocks and tilt the head up. Hold for a few moments and then swing the knee in and bring the head in to meet the knee. So this is 1 round. A further extension of that is as you bring the head up, you can bend the leg. However, make sure you straighten it again before you bring the head back in to meet the knee. So whatever variation works for you. So complete 5 rounds on each leg. And remembering to breathe as well as you're doing it. And trying to make the movement as smooth and flowing as possible. If you need to take a rest between the right and the left side, that's always a good idea. And again, just observing the difference between the right and the left, and then move on to the left. And once you've completed the practice, come back into child's posture, Shashankasan, bringing the buttocks back towards the heels, placing the forehead on the floor. So you can either have the arms out beside the head, or you can put them behind you. If you're suffering from high blood pressure, it's a good idea to put your hands into fists and place your head on the fists, just to make sure your head's higher than your body. And just allow yourself to rest in that position. This is a relaxation posture. So allowing the body to sink into the position. And then when it's right for you, lie down on your back in Shavasana. So with the legs about hip width apart and the feet falling to the sides and the palms facing up a little bit away from the body. And again, another relaxation position. So allow your body to melt into the floor and observe the movement of energy and the difference in the body from when you began the practices. And we'll begin now with a spinal twist. So bringing the feet in front, both feet in front of the buttocks, and then either putting the arms behind the head, as long as the elbows can touch the floor, or bringing them out towards the sides and shoulder height, whatever's comfortable for you. Exhale and bring the knees to the right and move the head to the left. And again, just allow the body to sink into the position. You can breathe in this position as well. So with each exhale, the body will move gently into the position. And then when it's right for you, inhale, bring the knees to center and the head to center. Exhale and bring the knees to the left and turn the head to the right. Again, just allowing the body to gently move into the position. Complete another 4 rounds in your own time. And after your final round, lie back in Shavasana. And we're going to do a new posture now. It's called Nukasana, which is the boat posture. So lying down with the feet and the legs together. And bring the arms in front of the body. So place the arms on the thighs. Exhale and bring the feet up a little bit and raise the body. So it's like you're using the arms to pull your body up. So your legs are about 10 centimeters above the floor and your body's about the same. Hold for a few moments. Exhale. Allow the body to release it to the floor. It's quite a strong posture on the core. So just complete 2 more rounds of this posture because it's a new one. And just hold for what is comfortable for you. And it's a new movement, so just explore the position. And when you've completed your final round again, just lie in Shavasana and just observe again the movement of energy, particularly from the abdomen. When it's right for you, come up to a sitting position again and bring the legs as wide apart if it's comfortable. And bring the arms out. Move out of the way. Bring the arms out beside the body at shoulder height. We're going to do another spinal twist. So for this one, you will bring your left hand to your right foot if you can. If not, if you can't reach that far, just go above or even put your hand on like the knee or wherever on the leg that suits you. And then with the other arm, it goes out behind and look at that arm that's behind. So you've got left on the right foot or on the leg, and then the right arm out behind, gazing over that arm. Come back to center, and then do the same with the opposite. So right arm on left leg, left arm out behind the body. So complete another 4 rounds, and you can do it dynamically as well, if that's easier for you, rather than holding. This is called a dynamic spinal twist. When you've completed the practice, come to the base position, legs out in front of the body, hands and behind the buttocks with the fingers pointing away, and just take a few moments just to rest again. It's quite a strong one on the back and the arms. And then to try and loosen the arms from that practice, we'll complete shoulder rotation. So bringing the right arm to the right shoulder, left arm to the left shoulder, elbows together in front of the body. Inhale, bring the elbows up, back, behind the body, exhaling on the downward movement, really feeling that stretch and loosening of the muscles in the shoulders and bringing the elbows in front of the body again. This is 1 round, so complete 5 rounds in each direction, really trying to synchronize the breath with the movement to achieve that body-mind-breath connection. And then when it's right for you, come up to a standing position, but do so by completing the head to foot pose on the way up. So allowing the top half of the body to hang over the bottom half of the body. You may like to clasp the elbows behind the knees to deepen the stretch, or even in front, which is right for you. Allowing the body just to hang. And then when you're ready, come up really slowly and gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, up to a standing position. And just take a few moments when you're up in the standing position, just to stand in what could be a standing shavasana. So allow the arms to hang loosely by the sides of the body, making sure the spine is straight and the shoulders are back and down, but relaxed. The head and neck are in alignment, and you feel balanced and steady and comfortable. Feel the floor or the earth beneath your feet. Our next practice involves you crossing your arms in front, the wrists in front of the body. Inhaling, bringing the arms up above the head, stretching up through the torso. Exhaling, bringing the arms out with the palms facing up at shoulder height, stretching out through the fingers and even opening the chest. Inhaling, bringing the arms up above the body. Exhaling, bringing the crossed arms down in front of the body again. This is 1 round, so complete another 4 rounds, really slowing it down. Opening the chest. And once you complete the practice in your own time, come back to that standing shavasana. But don't rush, just work at your own pace. And again, closing the eyes and just observing the effects of the practice. And our next practice is Dvikonasana, which is another new one. So I will show you this practice. So for this one, I'll do it side on. Have the feet about hip width apart. Again, making sure the body's up straight, and clasp the hands behind the body. And first, just bring the body so that it's sort of parallel with the floor. And as you do that, lift the arms behind the body to whatever is comfortable for you. So don't like wrench it or push it in any way, but just wherever that's comfortable. The next stage of this practice is to bring the head down towards the floor and bring the arms up further. So just feel your way and your range of movement in this practice. And then when you're ready, bring the arms to the back and bring the torso up to a standing position. So this is 1 round. So complete another 2 rounds. Again, just exploring the position. And once you've completed all your rounds, again, come to a standing Shavasana. And again, witness the effects and where you feel that movement of energy in your body. And the final asana for this class will be Eka Pada Pramanasana, which is the one-legged prayer pose. So for this one, begin with the right leg by bringing the sole of the right foot, the inside of the left leg, wherever is comfortable for you. If you're just starting, it might be just at your ankle with the foot still on the floor. You can go as far up the leg as is comfortable for you. Best thing to do is not put it on the inside of the knee. Once a good thing to do too is also find a point on the wall that's not moving, so then you can fix your gaze and help you to concentrate. Bring the leg up. When you're feeling steady, bring the hands in prayer position in front of the body. When you're feeling super steady, bring the arms above the head. And just hold for whatever is right for you, as long as you can hold it. Remember to breathe and then gently come out of the position. Complete 3 rounds on each side. And when you've completed the practice on both sides, come down into a comfortable sitting position for pranayama, some breathing practices. So ensure that the spine is straight, head and neck is in alignment, and the shoulders are back so the chest is open. And just begin by observing the natural breath at the nostrils and how with the natural breath, the abdomen expands and the chest expands. And then on exhalation, the chest subsides and the abdomen subsides. And for this class, we're going to do a practice called Brahmari, which is the humming bee pranayama. So for this one, I'll explain first and I'll demonstrate, and then feel free to continue. I say this because it involves you covering your ears with the flaps of your ears with your fingers. And if you do that first up, you won't hear me explain what you need to do. So ensuring again that you're sitting up straight so that you can actually, when you do this practice, breathe in like a full yogic breath. So breathe in as much as you can, using your abdomen and your chest and upper chest to taking as much air as you can that is comfortable. So not trying to strain or stress in any way. What you do is you breathe in Have your cover the flaps of your ears with your fingers. Close the eyes. You can bring the tongue to behind the teeth, I find is comfortable. And you make a humming sound. So it sort of vibrates around in your head. So I'll demonstrate. And then what I'd like you to do is complete 5 rounds, placing the awareness at the top of your head as you're doing this. And after your 5th round, just allow the hands to stay there just for a few moments and then gently release the hands so to allow the hearing to move in all directions. So I'll demonstrate. So it's better to close the eyes. Breathing in. So that's 1 round. So complete 5 rounds following this practice. And now when you're ready, lie down in Shavasana again to prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Lying down in Shavasana with the palms facing up, facing the sky, a little bit away from the body. The legs about hip width apart and the feet gently rolling away from the body. Making sure that you are comfortable and warm, cool enough so that you don't need to move throughout the practice. Also checking that there is balance between the left and the right side of the body. Making sure that the spine is straight. And you may like to tuck your chin in just a little to ensure the head and neck are in alignment. And take 3 long, deep inhalations. And as you exhale, allow your body to melt and release into the floor. Release every remaining tension or tightness in the body with each exhalation. Release any tension in the face, any expression in the face. Release any tightness behind the eyes. Just let it all go. And observe the body as it lies against the floor. Notice all the points of contact between the body and the floor. Notice the backs of the heels in the floor, the legs and the floor, the buttocks and the floor, the back and the floor, the arms and the spine, the neck and the head. And notice all these points of contact create one singular plane of contact between the body and the floor. And become aware now of sound. Listen for sounds way up in the distance. Don't try to identify those sounds. Just move your awareness from sound to sound. And now become aware of sounds just outside the room that you are in. Once again, just moving the awareness from sound to sound. Now bring that awareness to sounds inside the room that you are in. And bring your awareness now to sounds inside the body, beginning with your heartbeat. Now become aware of the sound of the natural breath. And now release the sound awareness and call to mind your sankalpa or positive intention if you have one. A sankalpa is normally a brief statement of something you would like to achieve, and you say it generally as though it has already happened. So if you have a sankalpa, mentally repeat it 3 times now. And if you don't have one, just leave some space because it can emerge on its own. And the practice will move now to body rotation. So listen to my instructions. And as I repeat the name of a body part, place your awareness there. Visualize that body part and mentally repeat the name of that part. We'll begin with the right side of the body, with the right hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the right hand, back of the right hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, right side of the chest, waist, hip, thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. Now we'll move to the left side of the body with the hand thumb, first finger, second, third, and little finger, palm of the left hand, back of the left hand, the wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, left armpit, left side of the chest, left waist, left hip, left thigh, knee, shin, calf, heel, ankle, sole of the left foot, top of the left foot, left big toe, second toe, third, fourth, and little toe. And now to the back of the body with the heels, calves, thighs, buttocks, small of the back, middle of the back, the shoulder blades, the space between the shoulder blades, the neck and back of the head and the entire spine and the top of the head. And now round to the face with the forehead, the temples, right and left, the eyebrows, right and left, and the eyebrow center. The eyes, right and left, the cheeks, right and left, and the nose, the lips, the chin, the collarbone, right and left, and the pit of the throat. The right side of the chest, the left side of the chest, and the center of the chest. The right side of the abdomen, the left side of the abdomen, and the navel. The right side of the pelvis, the left side of the pelvis, and the groin. And now the major parts of the body with the whole right leg, the whole left leg, and both legs together. The whole right arm, the whole left arm, and both arms together. The whole torso, the whole neck, and the whole head. The whole back of the body, the whole front of the body, and the whole body. Have a sense of the whole body all at once, the whole body. And release the body rotations now and bring the awareness to the natural breath and observe the rise and fall of the navel with the natural breath. And we'll now add a count to the natural breath, counting backwards from 14 in the following way. Breathing in, 14. Breathing out, 14. Breathing in, 13. Breathing out, 13. Only counting with the natural breath. If you reach 1, begin again. And if you lose count, begin again, counting backwards from 14. And if the mind wanders, use the breath like an anchor to bring the mind back to the practice. And release the count now. And instead, feel the following sensations in the body. The body's feeling colder and colder. The body feels like it's outside on an icy winter's day without a warm jacket. The face feels colder, the nose feels colder, the fingers and the toes feel colder. The body's feeling colder and colder, like it's outside on an icy winter's day without wearing a jacket. And release this feeling of coldness now and exchange it instead for a feeling of heat. So the body's feeling hotter and hotter. Heat radiates from the abdomen throughout the body. The body feels so hot, like it's sitting in a hot sauna or in front of a hot open fire. The face feels hotter and the hands and the feet feel hotter. The body's feeling hotter and hotter, like it's sitting in a sauna or in front of an open fire. Release this feeling of heat now. Instead, for a feeling of heaviness. Body's feeling heavier and heavier. The body feels like it's made out of concrete. And because of this, you feel the body pressing against the floor because it feels so heavy. The torso feels heavier. The arms and the legs and the head feel heavier. And the body's feeling so heavy that it's pressing against the floor. And release this feeling of heaviness now and exchange it instead for a feeling of lightness. The body's feeling lighter and lighter. The body feels so light that it feels like it's barely touching the floor. It feels like a feather or a balloon. It's just hovering above the floor, almost like a cloud. The arms and the legs are lighter, and the torso and the head are lighter. The body's feeling lighter and lighter, like it's barely touching the floor. And release this feeling of lightness now. Release all of these sensations completely and allow the body to come back to a state of equilibrium. And instead, come to the space of the mind, space in front of the closed eyes. And in this space, see, imagine, visualize or create the following objects and images. You are walking through a beautiful field full of flowers. Flowers of so many different colors. The scent is just overpowering. The fragrance of these flowers, it just feels like a dream. It's just so beautiful. But you decide that you want to pick some of these flowers to create a beautiful bouquet for someone that you care about deeply. And so as you walk through this beautiful field, you feel the ground beneath your feet. The ground is warm and it's a beautiful day without a cloud in the sky. And the sun shines down on you and you feel warm and joyful. So as you're walking through this field of flowers, you first decide to pick some roses, red roses, to add to your beautiful bouquet. These roses don't have any thorns or anything like that, and it's easy for you to pick them. They're beautiful red roses. You next spot some equally beautiful orange marigolds. So you pick some beautiful orange marigolds to add to your bunch of flowers. Next, you see some tall sunflowers. They look very happy and they're swaying in the breeze. And so you decide to pick some of these beautiful yellow sunflowers to add to your bunch of flowers and other beautiful scents in this bouquet. Next, you need to add some greenery. So you see some beautiful green ferns. So you pick some ferns to add to this bouquet, and it's starting to look amazing with the different colors and the different fragrances. Next, you see some blue hydrangeas. And so you pick these, they're just gorgeous and full and round. And so they add even more texture and beauty to this bouquet. And as you keep walking through this beautiful field, you notice some irises. So you pick some irises again, just to add to this beautiful bunch. And then as you're walking towards the edge of this amazing field of flowers, you spot some lavender. And so the lavender just smells just sublime. So you pick bunches of lavender to add to this gorgeous bouquet. And this bouquet now is almost, it's just enormous, but you know that the person that you're giving it to is just going to love it so much. And so now, with this bunch of flowers, you give it to the person that you have intended to give it to, and you see the joy and the love and the appreciation on their face as you hand that over to them. You bid your farewell now and come back to the room, come back to the mat on which you are lying, and call to mind your sankalpa, or positive intention if you have one, the same as from the beginning of the practice. Mentally repeat it 3 times now, and if you don't have one, just leave some space in case it emerges on its own. And begin to notice the breath again in the body. Allow the breath to deepen just a little. And as you do this, notice and observe how the back moves against the floor on the inhalation. Check in with the body and see how it's feeling at this moment. The practice of Yoga Nidra is coming to an end. So remember the room that you are in, the details of that room, the color of your clothing, and the color of your mat. And remember the time of day. And it's time now to gently externalize. So to do this, make some very small movements with the fingers and the toes. And then begin to move and stretch in a way that's right for you. You may like to stretch the entire body. You may like to move the head gently from side to side, or even hug the knees to the chest and roll on the spine. You may also like to roll onto the right side for just a few moments. taking your time, there's no rush. And then when it is right for you, keeping the eyes closed or downcast to maintain the peace you've created, gently come up into a comfortable sitting position. And again, like we did at the beginning of the class, gently move your awareness through the body, beginning with the feet and just comparing how you feel now to when we began the class. Moving the awareness up through the legs and into the torso, up through the spine gently, through the fingers and the hands, up through the arms, and into the neck and the head. And now place the awareness at the eyebrow center. And at this point, visualize a steady candle flame. And together, we'll chant Om 3 times and Om Shanti to conclude the class. Breathing in. Om. 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 Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat.